You are watching the second bonus video, a beginner's list to escape room related PowerPoint features from A Better Place. I'm Serene Haroon. To demonstrate these features that PowerPoint has to offer that I think will be useful in making your own escape room on PowerPoint, I'm going to be showing you how to make this minigame. If you remember from the previous bonus video, this was the minigame where the user had to find the best escape room in the house. And so there were these arrows that were pointing in different directions, and they each led to a different room where the user could select a room as their chosen safe room, and if it was incorrect, they would have to try again, and if it was correct, the user was led to the next minigame. So I'm going to be showing you how to create this minigame. So I'm going to open a new PowerPoint file and delete this text here. And so the first job is to download these rooms. To do that, I'm going to be using a website called FreePic, and this is basically a website where you can download all kinds of stock photos for free. There's also a premium edition where you would have to pay to download certain photos, but I think most of the stock photos you can get for free. If you do download for free, you do have to attribute the photo to the author somewhere on your escape room or on your website. As long as you attribute it somewhere, you would be fine using these photos. So I've already downloaded a couple stock photos. I'm just going to download one more to show you how to do it. So I'm going to search cartoon kitchen, and I'm going to receive all these search results. And if you notice this crown icon on the left corner of an image, that means that it is premium. So I'm just going to download this one right here. And when I click download, I can either go premium, and that would not require me to attribute the photo. And if I do it for free, it does require an attribution. So if I click on free download, the image will come up, and this will be the attribution link here. So I'm going to open up this folder, and I'm going to rename, I'm going to move the photo into another folder with the other photos, and I'm going to rename it as kitchen. And I will show you all the photos I have. So I have a bathroom, I have a bedroom, I have a closet, I have a foyer / living room, I have a gym, I have a kitchen, which I just downloaded, I have another living room, and I have an office. So these are the rooms that I downloaded from FreePic. And so we're going to go back to the PowerPoint, and I'm going to show you how to insert these images. So I'm going to right click and format background, and I'm going to select picture or texture fill, insert from a file, and I'm going to insert these photos. All right. So I'm going to start with the foyer. And I'm going to, let's add a new slide, change the layout to blank, and let's duplicate this 4 times. So I'm just going to be doing 4 rooms. You can obviously, I made a mistake. You can obviously make more if that's something you want. to. And if you don't, you can do less, you can do more, whatever you want. So here I have these 4 rooms that I've selected: the foyer, the office, the gym, and the bathroom. Obviously, you would need to pick one of these to be your safe room. As of right now, I don't think any of these would work because they all have windows. The bathroom might work. We could probably do the bathroom as the safe room. So, now that I have the background images inserted, I can go ahead and create the arrows and the checkbox elements. So I'm going to go to the Insert tab, Icons, and I'm going to search arrow. And let's do this one here. So I'm just going to click the checkbox so I can select one more. I also want to do the check. And I will do this one so I can insert both of these images at the same time. And I'm going to close this. Okay. So now I have the arrows. So this arrow will go to this room. This arrow will go back down here. If I click on this arrow here, it will go to the gym. And if I click on this arrow here, it'll go back to the foyer. If I click on this arrow on the right, it'll go to the bathroom. And I click on this arrow on the left, it'll go to the gym. So those are the navigation arrows, and I already created the checkbox arrows, and those checkbox arrows are so the user can signify that they think that this would be the best safe room, and that is on all of the rooms. So now we're going to get into the animations. We've created all of the elements. And one more thing, actually, I think I'm going to add a 4% transparency to all of these background images, so it's a little easier to see the other elements, like the arrows. Okay, so now it's time to add the different animations, transitions, and hyperlinks. So, to start off, actually, I don't think we're adding any animations. Just transitions and hyperlinks. So the first thing to understand is that there will be duplicates of each slide, each of these background slides. And to know how many duplicates you'll need, you just need to count the elements. So for this foyer, we have 1 arrow, 2 arrows, and 1 checkbox. That means we'll need a total of 3 duplicates. On the office, we have 1 arrow and 1 checkbox, which means we'll need 2 duplicates. For the gym, we have 1 arrow, 2 arrows, and a checkbox, so we will need 3 duplicates. And for the bathroom, we have 1 arrow and 1 checkbox, so we'll need 2 duplicates. Right. So, and the reason for these duplicates, let me try to explain this to you. So when I click on, let me show you with this. So if you remember correctly, when I click on the up arrow, the transition moves upward. So it looks like the user is traveling up the stairs and into the upstairs bedroom. When I click on an arrow moving toward the right, you'll notice that the transition, it makes it look like a user is walking to the right and into the bathroom. If I click an arrow on the left, it looks like the user is walking left to the bedroom. If I click on an arrow pointing downward, it looks like the user is moving downward to the foyer. And you'll notice that on one slide, it can do multiple transitions. So when I click on this arrow to the right, it looks like it's moving toward the kitchen, moving toward the right. If I click on the arrow upward, as I already showed you, it looks like it's moving upward toward the upstairs bedroom. And if I click on the left, it looks like I'm moving left toward the living room. And so you're probably wondering, how can I have multiple transitions from the same slide? What is happening is this arrow is going to slide number 45. 45 is this arrow, is this slide here. And when I click on this down arrow, it's going to slide 42, which is here. But this slide is different than the slide I originally showed you. So this slide is going to slide 45, and this one is going to 42. Now, this bedroom is duplicated. So this slide has a transition of push down. But this slide, the duplicate, has a transition of push right. And so the bathroom is going to slide 46, not 45. The bathroom is linked, this arrow is linked to slide 46, which allows it to look like the user is moving back and forth, right and left. But this first this down arrow and this up arrow are linked to slide 45 and 42. Slide 45 has push down and slide 42 has push up. And so it looks like the user is going up and down. However, while it looks like one slide is making 3 different transitions, it's actually 3 different slides that have 3 different animations, and each arrow is linked to a different slide, and each arrow on the each arrow that the arrow is linked to a separate slide. So the bedroom goes to slide 42, but the kitchen is also linked to the foyer, as I showed you, but this kitchen is linked to slide 43, which has a different transition than 42, and so it allows it to look like it's going back and forth, right and left, rather than back and forth, up and down, like it does with 42 and 45. So I hope this makes at least a little bit of sense as to why we need duplicates of the slide. We want it to look like whichever arrow we are going, the user is moving up the stairs, it's walking right. And so to do that, we need duplicates of the slide. So for this up arrow, as I already showed you, we are going to go to the office. So to link these slides 1 and slide 4 together, we click on the green arrow, we insert link to slide 4. And we have to do this for all of the duplicates. Every green up arrow is linked to slide 4. Every green up arrow is linked to slide 4. And every green down arrow is linked to slide 1 from the office. So both slides 4 and 5 have a green down arrow, and they're going to be linked to slide 1. Now, this right arrow here goes to the gym. So on slides 1 through 3, the green arrow is going to be linked to slide 6, which is the gym. So slide 1 linked to the gym, slide 2 linked to the gym, slide 3 linked to the gym. Now on the gym, this left arrow is going to be linked to slide 2. We linked the green arrow on the office to slide 1, so we're going to link the green arrow on the gym to slide 2. And this will allow us to have a different transition and allow it to look like the user is moving right and left rather than up and down when it goes to the office. Next, we're going from the gym to the bathroom. So slides 6, 7, and 8, the right arrow will link to slide 9. 6 is linked to slide 9. 7 is linked to slide 9. 8 is linked to slide 9. The bathroom, this green arrow is going to be linked to slide 7. Why? Because slide 6 is linked to the foyer and slide 7 is linked to the bathroom. So on slide 9 and 10, the green arrow will be linked to 7, gym. Slide 10, the green arrow will be linked to slide 7, gym. Okay, so I hope this makes sense. Slide 1 and slide 4 are linked together. Slide 2 and slide 6 are linked together. Foyer and office, 1 and 4. Foyer and gym, 2 and 6. Then, gym and bathroom are linked together. So 6 and 2 is already taken. So this is 7 and 9, 7 and 10. Okay, so this will allow us to make different transitions between the slides. Okay, let's work on the transitions. So as I mentioned before, slide 1 and slide 4 are linked together. So from slide 4, when I click on this green arrow, I want it to look like we are coming downwards. So when I do the transition for slide 1, it's going to be push from bottom. So let's look at it. If I go to slide 4 and I click on the green arrow, it looks like I'm coming downward. Now, as I said, these slides are linked. So 1 and 4 are going to have opposite transitions. So 4 is going to be push from top. So now it looks like I'm changing between these slides. Let's try it. So I click on this green arrow and I'm sent upward. Click on this green arrow and I'm sent downward. Up, down, up, down. I'm going to do this again with slide 2. Remember that slide 2 and 6 are linked. 2 and 6. So slide 2, we're going toward the right. So it's going to be push to the from left. No, push from right. Okay. So push from right. 2 and 6 are linked, so this will be push from left. When the two slides are linked together, their transitions will be opposite. Now, slide 7 and 9 are linked together. So slide 7, this arrow goes to slide 9, correct? So this will be push from right, and slide 9 will be push from left. Again, the linked slides have opposite animations. So let's see what this looks like. When we click the green up arrow, we move upward. When we click the green down arrow, we move downward. When we click the green right arrow, oh, I messed that up. This one should be the other way. When I click the green right arrow, it looks like we move right. When I click the green left arrow, let's change this one too, move the opposite direction. Okay. Sometimes it can be confusing, so it just helps to try it out and see if you made the correct animation. Okay. And then this arrow, I did it wrong again. This one should be from right, and 7 should be from left. Switch again. So this arrow looks like we move right. This arrow looks like we move left. This arrow looks like we move left. This arrow looks like we move right, left, up, down. So now we have all our transitions perfected, and you'll know because the room moves in the direction that the arrow moves. Okay, and this is how we create those transitions that look like the user is moving between the rooms. So now we have this extra third slide, slide 3, slide 5, slide 8, and slide 10, which all have no transition. On all of these transitions, we're going to do morph. Slide 10, morph. Slide 8, morph. Slide 5, morph. Slide 3, morph. If you don't have the morph option, you can do fade instead. And what this is for is when we click on the checkbox. So we're going to create another duplicate of each of these slides, but we're going to change the transparency to 42 and delete all of the elements. So we're going to create another duplicate, transparency to 42, and delete all of the elements for each of these. And this will be where we give our user feedback. Did they choose the correct room as the safe room or not? Okay. And so each of the checkboxes will be linked to the transparent room. And the transparent room will be linked to the slide previous it. And both of these slides that are linked together, 13 and 14, all have the morph. Slide 10 and 11 are linked and they have morph. Slide 6 and 7 are linked and they have the morph transition. And slide 3 and 4 are linked and they have the morph transition. You could also do the fade transition if you don't have morph. So, on the transparent slide, we're going to insert another element. So now I have more elements created. And as I said before, the slides with the morph or fade transitions are linked. So that's slide 3 and 4, slide 6 and 7, slide 10 and 11, and slide 13 and 14. So in order to link them, I'm going to click on the try again button and link slides 3 and 4, 7 and 6, 11 and 10. And then for slide 14, which I picked as the correct one, I'm actually going to make it end show. Okay? And so now when they click on these check boxes, I want to send them to slide 4 so they get some feedback on whether or not it's the correct room. So to do that, I'm going to open up the selection pane under Arrange. And it is actually graphic 4 and rectangle 9. And so both of these need to be linked to the feedback slide, which in this case is slide 4. And I need to do this to all of the slides. And if this is a little confusing on how I know which slides to link together, it will become more apparent when you start making your own. And this is because when you're watching someone else do it, it can be a little confusing. But once you get the hang of it, there is a lot of repetition. And so you begin to learn how to know which slides are linked. And then when you're teaching it to someone else, it can get a little confusing because it becomes second nature, it becomes like intuition, and you don't know how to explain it. And if you have any further questions on how I know, I do have a contact form on sereneharoon.com/abetterplace, and that's the A Better Place homepage. And you can send me a message there, and I will try to explain it better so that you can understand if you're still confused after trying it out. And I do recommend following along with me or trying it out for yourself so that you can try and learn, and then if you're still confused, I can definitely help you out. Alright, so we have successfully completed making this mini game. So let's try it out. So again, this green arrow goes up and down. This green arrow goes right and left. And all of these rooms are linked together. And if we try on clicking the check boxes, we're sent to this page where it gives us feedback on whether or not we picked the correct room as our safe room. And when we do click on the correct room, we do select the correct room as our safe room, and we click on continue, it ends the show. And you could send this to the next mini game, you could whatever you want, but for this purpose I decided to make it end the show. And so I hope you understand. The main things to understand are why we need duplicates of the same slide, and I hope that you understand that now, that we are linking 2 slides together, 1 and 5 and 2 and 8 now. And so we're linking them together so that when we click on the arrow, it creates a different transition, which makes it look like the user is actually making those movements up the stairs or to the right and walking through the house. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this was a helpful video. You can continue on to the third bonus video for episode 4, where I will discuss VBA code, and we will design a mini game using VBA code. I would recommend that advanced users of PowerPoint only attempt to use VBA code, or if you are familiar with writing code, then you can go ahead and try that out. If not, you can continue directly on to episode 5 of the podcast, where I will be talking about the Q&A session. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.